hmm Ear training, like that's a part of music theory that it's the most important part of the theory. It's the part you can't see. Uh-huh. So I was hanging out with Satan the other day, and we were looking at some devil's music, listening to some tritones. It's an easy one to pick out. So, I mean, ear training, like... Dun, dun. Gotta know it in your head before it goes onto the guitar. Okay, I know I was thinking about Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I like to find a little melody that I'm familiar with, right? So, for instance, okay, major 7, okay? And if we're in the key of D, let's go to the key of C for everybody else, for all the other music lovers who don't play guitars. Sorry, my little jazz tune, doesn't matter, I don't care. Uh, it's a B note, right? The way I'm finding that in my mind before I'm transferring it to my hands and through my heart and my soul and my bank account of dollars and cents of musical notes is I'm thinking of the melody, and after time you will hear them. You will be able to recognize intervals. Intervals for kids, because I know a lot of kids learn to play guitar. Interval's a big word, right? Intervallic. An interval is the distance between space, right? So forget all this fancy stuff. I mean, I can tell you it's a, G minor, 9 out of 11, 13 chord. I can do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use key of C. Somewhere over the rainbow. Okay. I'm gonna think of the songs that I actually use to train my ears. The blues, okay? Let's go to D. That's a fourth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, re, mi, fa. Let me think of another one here. Here, Song for My Father, it's called. Actually, you might know it as Ricky Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan. Dun, 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 dun. That's a perfect fifth. So divide and conquer, okay? Why don't you start with perfect fifth? Dun, dun. Play them together. Dun. It's a power chord, right? This is for the one-string players out there. The flat fifth, it's pretty easy to pick that when it sounds like it's evil. It actually is evil, and if you play it, you're gonna go to hell. Trust me. Oh, yeah. Black Sabbath song. Mm, mm. What is this that stands before me? Forget what it's called. Electric Funeral? I can't remember the name of it. We're going to do major thirds now. It's the happy dance. It's the happy dance. And I used Number of the Beast to make that interval familiar to my ear, to my mind, okay? The next note. Iron Maiden. These are the things I was listening to and learning when I was, I'm not going to say it was 1986 or 7 or something like that. So anyway, when you get a few of those good, that's great. The other thing is, let's go down to the key of G. Okay, let's play the blues in J, key of J. J major for the Australians down south on down under, with the dingoes eating the scales and tones. Okay. So this scale, typical scale, we know it. If you're looking at this, you know a blues scale. Okay. I'm gonna start here because I don't like to talk down here. Try this. Whatever you play, improvise. Sing it while you play. It's going to make you a better player. You're going to get paid more because you're going to play less notes. BB King's going to show up and pat you on the back. Trust me. But just use your blues scale for now, okay? Even 4 notes. Well, it's 5, sorry. I don't like to count to 5. I don't like to count to 4. I'm a musician. 4 letters. Oh no, it's 4 numbers I need to live my life, and 7 letters. Sorry, I forgot. Wow! If you can think it in your mind, lock it into your ear training, and these are easier because they're closer intervals. Trust me, just start doing that, and you'll be surprised how easy that part is. That's the initiation to ear training. It's the next adjacent note. You're typically not playing. If you're learning to hear, tones, semitones, major thirds, you're not jumping strings and not. You're not there, and you're not doing that. So what you want to do is just stay in here. Find a place you can sing. If you're a baritone, go. If you're of the female gender, you might want to come up around here. Here's another tip for you as a music producer. Anything that I do to singing, if a female sings it, transpose it up a fourth. That's the general rule. If you're going to reproduce it in another key or anything like that, or transpose it for recording or whatnot, not necessarily exactly a fourth, but that's a general rule. Same thing in C. And the blues scale is an easy way to do it because there's 5 notes, so that's confusing. The note you're typically going to sing, you're going to find it in your voice when you sing it, when you play along with the guitar, way faster than you think. And that's a great thing to practice because when you end up and you want to play like, David Gilmour, or you want to play like Eric Clapton, you want to play like, some of the most melodic people, they tend to not play things that aren't vocal oriented. They sound like singing. And you know what? If I could teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, I would. I wouldn't. Let's go to the key of A for all the rock gods in the world. Okay, let's do. And then the Jimmy Page special. Everybody always gets a kick when I do the Jimmy Page impersonation. Page is like my lord. He's a great producer. And he's a pioneer. And he can be pretty freaking sloppy sometimes, too, back on some of those recordings. Also, innovative as hell. No one was doing that. There's none of those guys doing what you see on Instagram and YouTube. With this isn't there. Satriani hadn't been born. Eddie wasn't there yet. So it started with that stuff. Hendrix kind of smoothed it all out, though, didn't he? Jimmy's the man. He smoothed everything all over for everybody. Oh, little BB there. Okay, so none of that existed. But we started with. You know what? Page isn't a speed demon. He never was. He did some of that flashy stuff, and he didn't execute it as good as. I don't think he really cared. I think he was selling records and making money, and whatever. Heartbreaker's a great solo. Though. Just guy's one of a kind. One of the best guitar solos of all time. One of my favorites, man. And then we get into rock and roll, man. Rock and roll will keep you young. Rock and roll will eat you young, too. Watch out.